You're listening to Trivista's Small Talks, short conversations with experts throughout our dealerships. So today we're talking with Kim Freshour, who is Trivista's Louisville, Kentucky finance manager. And we're going to talk about all things financing. So Kim, I know you just went up to Navistar a week or so ago and had some finance training. Can you just talk a little bit about how did the training go? What kind of new things did you learn? Fill us in on the scoop.
Yes. Well, there is a new lender in town. Well, I say new. It's Navistar Financial. They've been in business forever. They pulled out of the retail business for a while, but they recently, on October 1st, they just launched a new venture where they are the true captive and they're doing all the dealer, anything that a dealer needs as far as financing, they'll do it. Ideal lease, floor plan, retail customers, which is what I am most involved with. So it was a great training ground for meeting the new people and learning some of their programs and learning their software system. It was really good. And just seeing their facilities in Lisle, Illinois, and meeting the people, it was a very good meeting.
Perfect. So this is a new team I'm taking since Traton has come into play. This is a new financial team. So they've kind of stepped out of the market for a little bit. Now that Traton is involved, they've got a new team formed to help support all the dealers. Is
yes,
that right?
And that is exactly right.
Okay.
It is a true captive finance company, yes.
Okay, perfect.
It is owned by Traton, and they have a really good team in place. I mean, just like anything that's new, there's going to be a learning curve and some bumps along the way, but it sounds like they have everything in place to be successful in the future and really be advantageous to the dealer as far as offering us what captive finance companies normally do.
Okay. So does that mean we are still able to finance through BMO? Does that entity still exist?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we will. As a matter of fact, BMO still has a team because BMO is a bank. They're all over North America. But they developed a team several years ago when Navistar didn't have a captive finance company, and they have people just dedicated to the Navistar product and Navistar dealer organization, and they still have that team in place. Even though they're no longer known as Navistar Capital in the market, they're still BMO Bank, and they still offer really competitive products for the dealer. And we still have our sales team, credit, everybody that called on us before, they're still calling on us, and BMO does a fabulous job.
Okay. So you said that they're offering lots of different, tools now. So you mentioned Ideal Lease and you mentioned floor plans. So this is financing not just for our customers of the dealership, but for the dealership itself.
Yes.
Okay, that's new,
Absolutely.
right? That's new.
That is new.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of banks and a lot of lenders that do that, but Navistar Financial will have that in their portfolio. So that will be something that the dealers may look at in the future.
Okay, perfect. So as far as products, that means we can finance anyone that's looking to purchase a new or used truck.
Yes.
A new or used trailer.
Yes.
Or anything with lease and rental.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. So that's a pretty broad spectrum of services.
It really is. Yes. Pretty much anything that the dealer sells, they will look at financing. Of course, as long as credit is good with the customer. But yes, they will finance anything that the delership sells.
Okay. Are there any standard, financing packages that are offered, or is it a customized for every single situation?
Right now, it's pretty customized. I think down the road, when they get a little more time under their belt, seeing individual dealer needs and what's going on in the market, we'll have some customized programs. Now, it's kind of an individual deal-by-deal basis.
Okay. I didn't know with all of the used truck inventory that a lot of the dealerships have now, if they were offering some sort of a specific package just for used, some sort of an incentive or special terms, anything like that.
Well, and they're trying to offer a broad spectrum to where, hey, they want us to bring them the business, and then they'll try to, custom or customize a deal based on that particular customer.
Okay.
But I think down the road, they may have what we used to call micro-marketing programs where, say, we did have an overabundance of used truck inventory. They may come up with some kind of a special program, not always rate, but some special program for customers buying those trucks. Right now, it is deal by deal, but down the road, I think we may get to that point again.
Okay. So can you talk just a little bit about what is the typical process that a customer would go through when they come in your office to get financed? What do you typically do with them?
Sure. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just had a customer in my office, and he's the perfect example. They come in, and I try to find out, what their needs are regarding financing, monthly payment, capabilities, what they're comfortable with. I try to get a little background information on their credit without being too personal. Basically, I'm getting a credit application, and that's what I send to the lender. And then the lender gets back with me and tells me what they're able to do as far as, term and down payment. And every now and again, they may have to reject a deal. But that's pretty seldom because we try, instead of saying no, even if we can't meet a down payment that the customer wants, we try to come back with, hey, maybe a little more money down, maybe a little shorter term. We try to make the deal work for everybody.
Okay.
But first off, we have to get a credit application. We submit that. Lenders are generally pretty quick. We have less than a 24-hour turnaround time.
For the whole process?
For the process, for
Okay.
the credit approval process. Then I will get an approval. I will get in touch with the customer, and then I work with the customer to make sure all the all the contents of the approval are met. If there's guarantors, down payment, whatever we need to do to make the deal work. And then I get the salesperson involved, so they're part of the finance process as well. And then we try to close the deal.
Okay. Can you give just a little checklist of what types of information a customer could expect to have to submit for the application process?
Sure. The standard credit application, it's pretty simple and straightforward. It is a company name. Most of the businesses now are LLCs or corporations. So it's just all the company information, tax ID number, how long they've been in business, how many trucks do they run, then just the guarantor information. So they'll want a personal guarantor, and that section is basically just name, address, social security number, and date of birth for the owner, who they're hauling for. If they have a finance source that they're financing with currently, who that is, signature at the bottom of the credit application, and that's pretty much it for a standard deal. And a lot of the lenders now will go up to $1 million with the credit app only. And that is so nice.
Wow.
Because we don't have to get financial statements. We don't have to get tax returns. In the case of an individual, we can just get up to $1 million approved. That's with BMO right now. Some lenders go up to $250,000. Some lenders go up to $500,000. But the nice thing is, usually you can at least get 2 trucks done right on the spot with the credit application.
That's a nice amount. Yeah,
it is very nice.
Okay, perfect. So my next question is, I've been hearing about flexible financing. What is flexible financing? Can you talk a little bit about that?
I think flexible financing is basically just trying to fine-tune a deal with what the customer's needs are.
Okay.
We have straight purchases where, and I think a lot of this may get into the tax benefits and accounting, and we never advise customers on the accounting benefits or anything that would have to do with their financials. We advise them to go, talk to their bookkeeper, to their accountant. But flexible financing, we do offer straight purchases. The customer takes the depreciation. They show the asset on their balance sheet. We offer leases. Some of the customers get into a situation where they don't need depreciation anymore, so they can lease. And then the lender takes depreciation, the customer writes off the payment. So there's just different products that we have to offer. that would, fit into the customer's financial needs and accounting needs where they are, especially at the end of the year. Sometimes if customers have made a lot of purchases throughout the year, they may want to lease toward the end of the year,
right,
just so they're not showing those purchases on their balance sheet. Somebody else is doing that.
Yeah, reserve the capital.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good, because what I'm hearing is tons of flexibility and tons of options for not only our customers, but for us as a dealership as well.
Yes, and you pretty much need to have a lot of options and flexible financing these days in order to get a deal, or in order to even offer the dealership's good service.
Exactly. So just to wrap up a little bit, what do you think are the main challenges that you face with getting someone financed? Is there something that you see happening repeatedly, or is it just it's just as each customer?
Yeah, I think it's deal by deal. Sometimes down payments can kind of get in the way, with the market changing so much. Sometimes the loan to values right now aren't keeping up with the market. But it's usually on a deal to deal basis.
Okay.
Because most of the customers, I can't say all, but most of the customers that come in and they're in need of financing, there is a package we can offer them.
Okay, perfect. So if we have a customer out there that is thinking about buying or leasing, how could they get a hold of you? Can you give us your email address?
Sure. Yes, my email is kfreshour@trivistacompanies.com. That's kind of a mouthful. So it's kfreshour @trivistacompanies with an IES.com. They can reach me on my office line, which is 502-271-4170. Any of those in any of those ways they can get in touch with me, or they can call the switchboard, and the receptionist can always transfer me too. So
perfect.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, is there anything else you would like to add that maybe I haven't asked about as far as products or services that you and your department provide?
Well, I think just to sum it all up, financing is a really, really big part of a truck sale right now. And a lot of times customers may not get to me. They talk with our salespeople, which is wonderful, but they may already have some financing in place. But I think what they need to know is the dealership offers a finance package also. And in many cases, we may be able to save them money from what they're already looking at. So just keep that in mind when they're buying a truck. Yes, obviously that's our goal, is to sell a truck, but we'd like to offer them a finance package as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.